Good morning. Welcome to the Premium Public Video Forecast discussion for Friday, October 13th, 2023. And what we see right now from Tropical Tidbits is Typhoon Bolivian. Now, I'm probably mispronouncing that name because I'm really good at doing that. But the reason why this typhoon is so important is that it sets up the theme of this forecast, which is stormy, but not a complete washout. And I'm talking about this weekend, of course. But the reason why we are focusing first on this typhoon is that it is going to be lifting up towards the northern Pacific. And this is going to help to further amplify our weather pattern. And what's basically going to happen is that this typhoon, as it's lifting northward, will interact with the polar jet stream and amplify the polar jet stream in the northern Pacific, which amplifies everything downstream. So that is part of the reason why we continue to see this forecast in the NAO. And really, you could take a look at this on the European ensemble guidance. You can also see this on the European guidance and on the GFS. But I like using the European ensemble guidance because it performs the best. It has the best average in terms of model handling of the verifications, right? So what we do with these charts is you never take any of this stuff verbatim, but you kind of get the idea of where we're going in this pattern. And a couple of things that stand out to me. One, the Arctic Oscillation is trending more positive than negative through October, which is something we'll talk about in just a second. The Eastern Pacific Oscillation, this is where we get that typhoon interacting with our polar jet stream. It's trending negative overall. It has a little period where it resets, but overall, over the next several weeks, next couple of weeks through the rest of this month, we are shifting more towards a negative phase, as we've seen for much of this fall. And of course, the North Atlantic Oscillation is also in a negative phase. So what does all this mean to us? And if you want to look at the Pacific, North American, this is where we have a trend of going from positive to negative. So you have building heights and then kind of collapsing because we're seeing a lot of different shortwaves undercutting the ridge. What does this all mean? It means we're in an active weather pattern, and we're going to continue to be in that active weather pattern. And that's why when we take a look at the model guidance here over the next 10 to 15 days, you can see this theme all playing out. Now, remember when we were looking at the EPO going into more of a positive phase? Well, there's your reason why. And you can see that also showing up very nicely here in the ensemble guidance as well. And of course, we have another strong storm over the southeast. So plenty of stormy weather. We're not seeing a lot of polar air work its way south just yet. That could be a theme, or it could just be part of the fall weather pattern as it's evolving. I know a lot of people are starting to overreact to it, but basically I'll show you in just a moment where all the polar air is. So in the meantime, what we have here is a continuation of an active weather pattern with plenty of potential for some rainfall events and storms. Now, does this mean that your plans will constantly be rained out? No. In fact, this weekend is actually looking a little bit better if you plan and time your outdoor events properly. So let's dive into some of the data here. First, we'll take a look at our observations. So for this morning, it's absolutely beautiful out. We have high pressure building in. Winds are from the north around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Temperatures range from the lower to mid 40s over the northern interior, mid to upper 40s around the northern suburbs, upper 40s to lower 50s as you head down towards the coast in the suburbs, and in your urban areas, lower to mid 50s. You can see on our surface map and radar from WeatherTap, we have a frontal boundary kind of hanging off the northern mid-Atlantic coastal waters, cutting back through the mid-Atlantic towards the Ohio River Valley. And then here is our trouble setting up for this weekend with periods of rain. And you can see substance taking hold as cold air transport via high pressure is building into the region. And that explains why, for the most part, we have tranquil conditions setting up over the region. But when you take a look at our water vapor satellite picture, you can see this whole setup really taking shape here. We continue to have an active subtropical jet stream and polar jet stream. Now, this feature here, this upper level low that's been sitting to the north of us, is going to act kind of like a block. And that block is going to slow down this storm and force it to redevelop off the northern mid-Atlantic coast. So while that is happening, all of the energy here, or the lifting associated with the storm, is basically going to transfer over Pennsylvania through New Jersey and then set up over the coastal waters of New Jersey and exit out. That process is going to cause stretching in the atmosphere, which keeps an inverted trough over the area, which means that, yes, we're going to continue to see pesky showers here and there as we head into early next week. But what about the potential for a washout this weekend? Well, the good news here is that we're kind of in a weakening phase with this upper level low. It's not as organized, and it's kind of reaching its peak intensity now. When it transfers over and marches across the Great Lakes, the Ohio River Valley, and then redevelops off the Mid-Atlantic coast, it's going to become a little bit less organized, and it's going to be a little bit more progressive. So what that means for us is that we see a period of moderate to heavy rainfall, but it doesn't stick around the whole weekend. So when we take a look at our upper level winds, you can see overall, yes, we get these blocks, but this jet streak is really rocking and rolling. So this storm is not going to be capable of just hanging over the coastal waters all weekend. It's going to jump, intensify, kick out. So that means that based on the timing that we're seeing with all these different short waves and the evolution of our pattern, it's looking like Saturday night's going to be a bit of a wet, raw night. Sunday morning, early in the morning as well. But by Sunday afternoon, if you're heading out to, I don't know, a Jets versus Eagles game, for example, or you want to go out apple picking, pumpkin picking, whatever, you're going to be able to do so in the afternoon on Sunday, which is a pesky shower here and there just to keep an eye on things. Now, I did mention, hey, where is all this polar air? Well, let's take a look at 850 millibars and temperatures. And let's talk about the air masses we are actually dealing with. This is a modified polar Pacific air mass. Is components from the Pacific, is components from Canada, which makes it somewhat polar. And we have some introduction from the Canadian Maritimes here. So it's not a pure polar air mass. Your pure polar air mass is up here in northern Canada, and your Arctic air mass is, well, over the Arctic Circle. So all of the cold air is pretty much bottled up here. So if you're wondering, hey, where is all the cold air? And you're starting to see mild guidance, and you're saying, hey, where is it? It's all up here, building a nice snowpack here around Siberia, hopefully, and certainly over the Arctic. And what you want to see is this cold air to continue to build and expand and eventually work its way south as we head towards the end of fall, if you are a snow lover. And yes, I will be working on the winter forecast this weekend, typing it all up, getting it all ready for distribution on October 20th. Maybe a little early. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see how fast I get done with everything with the illustrations. But we're going to be working on that this weekend, and we'll be talking about the evolution of these polar air masses and what that means for our forecast with what will be a very active pattern. So be interesting to say the least. So, like I said, here we are in our infrared satellite picture. Right now, tranquil. Here comes our storm. There's our lifting associated on the east side of the storm, heading towards our neck of the woods. Notice the subtropical jet stream isn't exactly getting pulled northward. We're going to miss the brunt of that aspect. So that's certainly some good news. So when we dive into some of the model guidance here, you can see the fast nature. Again, notice we start off today with an upper level low, and by tomorrow, it's pretty much just a positive tilted trough associated with the broader upper level low that is sitting up here over the Canadian Maritimes. So it loses its distinctiveness and basically becomes absorbed in this upper level low. So we have strong lifting here along the coast, clearly, when Saturday night into Sunday morning. There you go. It's marching on through. But look how fast it exits out. So this is a good sign that we're going to see this rainfall, this steady rainfall at the very least, exit out. But you see how this trough kind of lingers back here? That opens up the potential for lingering isolated showers in this forecast. And that's why we're going to be watching that very carefully as it slowly swings its way through this early next week. Take a look at the precipitable water values. Notice that you're going to see our heaviest precipitable water values right along the coast here. And that is essentially what the going forecast here, where you could see about 1 to 2 inches right on the extreme southern portions of Long Island, but more likely around the central and southern New Jersey coast, right around here as our low pressure system exits. And that shows up very nicely here in the European guidance here. And you can also see the same thing on the HRR guidance and the NAM guidance, but I didn't want to bring up every model. So for today, high pressure builds in, pretty much a tranquil, quiet day with high temperatures ranging from the upper 50s to lower 60s over the northern interior and lower to mid 60s along the coast. A very nice day, tranquil conditions. Get out there, enjoy it. For tonight into tomorrow morning, clouds increase and showers begin to develop off to our west. By tomorrow morning, we're looking at lows in the mid to upper 40s over the northern interior and upper 40s to lower 50s along the coast. Tomorrow afternoon, overcast cloud cover starts to take hold. Showers break out throughout the region in the late morning and becoming widespread in the afternoon and evening hours. And some of those showers will be heavy at times. Look for high temperatures tomorrow, ranging from the upper 40s to mid 50s over the northern interior and upper 50s to lower 60s along the coast. Again, some of this rain will be heavy at times, but mostly in the evening hours. And you can see Saturday night into Sunday morning, look where the heaviest rainfall is focused, right along the coast. And while that is happening, we're going to see winds increasing from the northeast, 5 to 15 miles per hour over the interior, 10 to 20 miles per hour along the coast with some higher gusts. That rainfall will continue into early Sunday morning, but then slowly begin to exit. Look for low temperatures on Sunday, ranging from the mid to upper 40s over the northern interior and upper 40s to lower 50s along the coast. Those showers will continue to push out on Sunday morning, and by Sunday afternoon, you'll start to see clearing skies with a northerly wind around 10 to 20 miles per hour, with a few lingering showers here and there. So as you can see, not a washout for this weekend, but if you time it right, you'll be fine. So Saturday morning looks pretty good. Saturday afternoon starts getting wet. Saturday evening, that's a washout. Early Sunday morning, that's a washout. The rest of the day on Sunday, dodge a shower or two, and other than that, scattered cloud cover can be expected with high temperatures ranging from the mid to upper 50s over the northern interior and lower to mid 60s along the coast. Rainfall amounts generally range around a half an inch to an inch for most of eastern Pennsylvania and western New Jersey, 1 to 2 inches over eastern New Jersey, especially around the central and southern New Jersey coast. As you head north, more like around a quarter to a half an inch, especially around Connecticut and portions of the Hudson River Valley. So again, not a flash flooding, worst case scenario type situation, but if you time everything just right, you'll be able to enjoy the weekend just fine. Now, once that rainfall exits out on Monday, look for that trough hanging around the region with variable cloud cover and a chance for a pesky shower here and there. Again, not a washout, but a bit of a pest. Look for low temperatures range from the mid to upper 40s over the northern interior, upper 40s to lower 50s along the coast. High temperatures will range from the mid to upper 50s over the northern interior, upper 50s to lower 60s along the coast. Tuesday, rinse and repeat with another threat for widely scattered showers. We got an area low pressure that's going to try to organize over the coastal waters. Again, most of the rainfall is going to remain off the coast, so just keep an eye of a pesky shower here and there, but not a washout. Look for low temperatures in the lower to mid 40s over the northern interior, upper 40s to lower 50s along the coast. High temperatures will range from the upper 50s to lower 60s over the northern interior, lower to mid 60s along the coast. On Thursday, or should I say on Wednesday, there's still a threat for an isolated shower or two, but for the most part, we're just looking at scattered cloud cover. The best potential for showers will be along the immediate coast, with low temperatures ranging from the mid to upper 40s and high temperatures ranging from the mid to upper 50s over the northern interior, lower to mid 60s along the coast. On Thursday and Friday, high pressure will be in control with scattered cloud cover expected. Look for low temperatures on Thursday to range from the upper 30s to lower 40s over the northern interior, lower to mid 40s along the coast. High temperatures range from the upper 50s to lower 60s over the northern interior, mid to upper 60s along the coast. And on Friday, look for low temperatures in the upper 40s to lower 50s throughout the region. High temperatures range from the mid to upper 60s over the northern interior and upper 60s to lower 70s along the coast. And then for next weekend, we're watching out for yet another storm that could possibly bring rainfall to the region. But hopefully, much like this weekend, it won't be a complete washout. But we'll watch it and see how it evolves. That is your forecast discussion for today. Have a wonderful weekend. And as always, stay safe out there.